UK refuses to replace Challenger 2 tank destroyed in Ukraine. Thank you for joining Kigali Daily News. UK's newly appointed Secretary of Defense Grant Shapps has acknowledged the loss in Ukraine for the first of 14 British-made Challenger 2 main battle tanks supplied by London to Kyiv amid its conflict with Moscow. Video footage appeared on social media on Monday showing what looks like a Challenger 2 tank burning on a battlefield in Zaporozhye region. More evidence of the destruction of the British armored vehicle was provided by joint footage seen on Russian Telegram channels the next day. I can confirm that is correct. It may be the first loss of a Challenger 2 tank as far as we are aware, Shapps said during a live appearance on Sky News on Wednesday. We accept that in the war zone there can be material losses, which is what has happened here, he added. The defense secretary detailed how the ill-fated Challenger 2 had been destroyed, saying that it was hit by Russian artillery and actually, as the Ukrainian servicemen were trying to put a fire, it was hit again. Shapps claimed that there were 6 Ukrainian soldiers operating the tank and that all of them survived when it was struck, which, according to him, is a great testament to that British kit. When asked if the UK is planning to provide Kyiv with a replacement for the lost tank, the defense secretary simply replied no. In early 2023, amid the depletion of Ukraine's stock of Soviet-era hardware, the West promised to supply Kyiv with dozens of advanced tanks, such as the German Leopard 2, the British Challenger 2, and the American Abrams M1. The Leopard 2s have been actively used by the Ukrainian military since the launch of its counter-offensive 3 months ago, with a number of those tanks being destroyed by the Russian forces. The Challenger 2s had arrived in Ukraine months ago, but until recently, there were no reports of them being deployed on the battlefield. As for Abrams M1s, these have yet to be supplied to Kyiv, with informed sources telling Politico last week that 10 out of the 31 tanks promised by Washington could arrive in a country in a matter of weeks. Russia has reportedly warned the deliveries of more sophisticated weapons to Ukraine by the US, the UK and the EU could cross its red lines and result in a major escalation of hostilities. Moscow also argues that the provision of arms, intelligence sharing and the training of Kyiv's troops already means that Western nations have become parties to the conflict. Thank you for watching Kigali Daily News.